First maiden runner we're going to take a look at is Hiawatha. This is an interesting horse. It's going under the radar somewhat as well. I think it's it's my sort of Coolmore horse. A nice, steady, slow burner. Look, from what you've seen so far, it's just getting the hang of things. You could say. And the encouraging thing to me already is they're running it over a trip of a mile already at 2. They've not even thought about running it over anything less than that. Which would give you an indicator of this horse that they see as more definitely a long-term project, which is perfect for us. Just whether the horse is up to it or not, isn't it? The pedigree of the horse, well, it's actually a full brother to Luxembourg. It won the big Group 1 last year juvenile race, didn't it? And it was third in this year's 2,000 guineas as well. Missed the Derby through injury and has just come back with a Group 3 win. And also there's a stayer in there as well, a Group 2 winner, Leo de Fury, who I actually identified a while back to go over hurdles. This looks like a hurdler type, doesn't it? Might prove short on the flat, but could be a lovely triumph hurdler. Dam never won in 8 starts, and she is a half sister to a Grade 2 winning hurdler and a Group 3 and listed flat winner. Forgotten Voice, it also won the Hunt Cup as well. And also there's a mare in there that won a Group 3 and a listed winner race as well, called Australie. Third dam is where this horse gets interesting, because it's actually the third dam is Albertine. And Albertine is a top class producer of racehorses. She really is world class. There's no other word for it. I mean, you're looking at the top ones like Urban Sea. If they're like the scale of 1 to 20, I use the old Football Manager scale with Urban Sea being a 20, and I'd have to put Albertine at least probably a 17, maybe even an 18. It's a tough one. She has produced some very good horses, at this part of the pedigree. That's why I do tend to follow a few of them, because she is one of the most recent ones that people will see in the pedigree of the horses. People will still see Urban Sea and female descendants of Urban Sea, like Cherry Hinton, and people will see also like Malika as well. And there, Albertine would be up with them without any shadow of a doubt. And then you've got ones like Alouette. It's up there. Albertine is up there. She is a good mare. I'm a good poet by that as well, by all accounts. Right, so you'll see there that some of the progeny she has foaled or been involved in on the dam side. With 1994 dual French Classic placed, a Gaff. She also won a Group 2. I mean, she foaled her own. She went off having her own little go. She's foaled at least 5 or 6 world-class horses, 110 plus races, horses like Aquarellist, Artiste Royale, and Anakov. And she was also the dam Albertine of dual Group 1 winning stallion Arkanges that won the Breeders' Cup. She is also the second dam of the 1998 UK 1,000 Guineas winner Cape Verde. And they're still at stud now. She is the third dam of stallions that are at stud now. Dartmouth used to be the Queen's horse. And Azovsky, that's a decent National Hunt stallion, that. People look at National Hunt pattern races, they'll see that size a few winners, that does. German horse. So it's an interesting one. They'll see that she is family number 8F. And she fits in on here quite nicely. We found Cape Verde there, an Aquarellist. Never knew she won the French Oaks. I tried to save time by just not clicking on every horse. Cape Aquarellist won the French Oaks. It's very closely related to this horse. There's Albertine there. Look. You'll see that these are all modern day that she's had a little go on. Look. Superb go, really. And then even the horses before that, it's quite closely related to them if they go back one dam. Sarafina, French Oaks winner. It's whether if they go back again a bit further, there's a lot of interesting horses on this line. Atlantic Jewel was a very good horse in Australia. It's an interesting pedigree this horse has got long term, but it's one that you don't really need to go back. It just confirms what you already know, that this is a line worth following. Do you know what I mean? Because I've sussed that out already before I even looked at this site. El Grand Senor on there, look, Spinning World. I might not have necessarily known at the time that all these horses were out of the same damn descendants, but I followed up War of Will, who I identified at one of the Preakness. I knew it was related to Spinning World at the time, but I wouldn't have known Spinning World was related to Old Grand Seigneur. And it really is, you know. As Best in Show, you see, I didn't even know that all them were descendants very closely related. I've been following no end of Out of Blush with Pride as well. You know, if people read the articles before that, this is one that I've been all over without noticing. There's Nijinsky. This is a phenomenal line of horses. The Minstrel there, look as well. Absolutely incredible. Wall-to-wall, top-class horses of the modern day. You know, 8F. Superb. Nothing more to be said really about the horse. So Luxembourg, you see, people have seen that one. Let's see what this one can do when it's maiden at the third time of asking.
Fleetfoot. All appear in. They're off. They're away to a very straight line. 9 runners over 1 mile in the opening race. The Coolmore, Arizona Irish GBF maiden. Hiawatha in the center in the dark blue jacket is to the fore with Sea Legend on the right, being followed by Valiant King. Running the rail is Covent Garden as they settle down, heading for the turn. Hiawatha with a fractional advantage from Sea Legend, followed by Covent Garden, tracked by Yellow and Valiant King. White cap on the inside of Lygon Street. On the outside is Hiawatha, with in between horses is in the white and purple colours Fleetfoot, and the back marker is Hippodrome. Coming inside the 5, almost to the halfway stage, and it's Hiawatha and Ryan Moore showing less than a length in front of Sea Legend. Close up for Ben Cohn, and then Covent Garden and Wayne Lorden in third place. Yellow next with Valiant King and Hiawatha and Fleetfoot and Lygon Street, and Hippodrome is pushed along at the back of the field as they tack across to the final 3 furlongs in the Coolmore, Arizona Irish EBF 1 mile maiden. Hiawatha in front. In second place, Sea Legend. Fleetfoot picks up ground on the outside. Then Hiawatha and Lygon Street being followed by Valiant King. Weakening under pressure is Covent Garden, then Yellow and Hippodrome with a furlong and a half to go. And it's Hiawatha kicking 3 lengths clear of the field. Sea Legend second, then Fleetfoot and Lygon Street being followed by Valiant King. Hippodrome stays on, but out in front of the field is Hiawatha and Ryan Moore, upholding the deficit to 3 to 4 lengths as Hiawatha wins his maiden third time, making just about all from Fleetfoot and Sea Legend.
I mean, yeah, nothing really to say about that. It's a maiden. He's already got beaten 2 of them. It's a 1-1 there. I mean, is that a pattern race horse? You'd have to say. I don't know. Be one of them. You see so many horses like that of these. They're usually good judges. You know, it can't be showing them much pace. It'd be interesting to see where this horse ends up. I'm going to stick it on the list anyway. I like the horse. You know, you don't ignore these Albertines and Luxembourg. If he's half as good as Luxembourg, he'll win some races, won't he? You think? And that could be the ceiling of the horse. He might not make the final classic watch list this time. Well, not this time, next year. If we're still here in 2023. For now, you know, I'm gonna stick him on the list and hopefully try and sneak a pattern race or 2 with him. See what the old boy does. Hopefully he'll be one of them where they run a better fancied stablemate on the day, and we know we want a decent price then in a big field. Might be one of them, you know. But we're looking at races like a mile plus for the horse. There he is, you see. You're going to be amazed if they run him there or there. Beresford, well, that's a tough race, but yeah. You see, he's a 33 to 1 for the Derby. I recommend that. That's the sort of horse we're looking at. You know, whether he proves to be good enough to be in the Dewhurst over 7 furlongs, having never ran at 7 furlongs in his life, would be a different story altogether, wouldn't it? Looking at the form of it, you'd say that's a bit short. Either way, an interesting horse, Hiawatha.